Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back for another Chainsaw Man chapter. And I mean, no Death Devil this chapter, but we do get Quanxi back. And of course, she does some badass shit like usual. But either way, let's just get right into it because we have chapter 147 titled Cremation. And I'm just guessing that has something to do with the Fire Devil. But Bareem, he's talking about like Nayuta is right for like what she said last chapter because she was talking about how like the Death Devil is gonna come back and Femi wants to make Denji and Asa like stronger. So he's like, that's right. Like the former Makima, of course, would be able to do this. And I love how he's like calls her the former Makima. Like, I mean, I don't think he knows her name, so of course, but like it feels like he doesn't like Makima because she did control him. But he says like Chainsaw Man, like we can't have you like being a bitch. Like you need to go wild like you did before, like back in the day. And I just love how Bareem calls Denji Chainsaw Man. Like I'm pretty sure he knows Denji's name, so but like he's just gonna be like, we need the Chainsaw Man. Because I'm guessing he probably like worships Chainsaw Man, sort of like Sugo does, but he looks at Denji, they like stare for a little bit, and he's like, everybody listen, I've gotten a revelation from Chainsaw Man. This little girl's a witch. She will plunge the world into darkness. And he's like pointing at Nayuta. Like he's still handcuffed up too. That's like the funniest part. But he's gonna tell these like fake Chainsaw Men behind him to kill Nayuta. He's like, kill her right now. And of course, Denji and Nayuta are like, what the fuck? But they start coming at them, and Fumiko's there too. But we see someone dash in, and who is it? Of course, it's Quanxi, and she like decapitates like a bunch of these people. Like again, I said this last chapter review, but like it's sort of sad that all these fake chainsaw men are getting killed because originally they were like most of them are kids, but like they're humans, but they're devils now, so we can't afford to let them like stay alive, I guess. But Quan Chi just kills like 4 or 5 of these fake chainsaw men and grabs both of like Fumiko on one arm and then Denji and Nayuta on the other and like runs away. And Fumiko's like, oh, Quan Chi senpai. And like, of course, they know each other because they both work for public safety right now. But Quanxi, she like dashes away and just jumps off the building. And I love this part because she's falling from the building, of course. Like, and usual anime shit, she's just gonna fall and like be able to land on her feet and be fine. But no, she bites Fumiko to like get some blood, lands on the ground. Her legs like snap and like get destroyed. They look super weird. And then she like gulps the blood, and of course her legs heal back. So I just like that little detail. Like Fujimoto's, I guess, still playing around with the aspect that you need to drink blood to heal. And I think this might be like a reminder for like Asa because she got her arm cut off. Like she's gonna have to drink blood if she wants to heal. So I think that's just like Fujimoto reminding us about this shit. But we also see like when Quan Chi hits the ground, we see this like poster in the background. And I'm not sure if it's Asa, but it looks a lot like her. But either way, she heals her legs back. They like snap back, like I guess into place. But she like lets Denji and Nayuta down and Fumiko, and she like crouches down as like this horde of chainsaw men are coming at her. And then she just obviously runs through them, slices them all in half, just kills them. Like, I mean, it's Quan Chi. We know she's gonna do this shit. And I love how like Fujimoto, he's gonna keep like bringing this like, I guess, theme of Quan Chi just blitzing through people and cutting them to bits. Like he's done it 2 times now in part 2, and Quan Chi, of course, that was like her introduction sort of, but we see her a lot just doing some crazy shit. And she like looks back up at Bareem and he's like, wow, she's like a manga character in real life. But at the end of this, like I guess they're done fighting, so Denji and Nayuta and Fumiko are all safe, and we just like cut around to see like public safety sort of fighting all these fake chainsaw men, and like this weird, I guess, a crab devil thing coming out of the ground to kill a few of them. But we see a fire and I guess like motifs of the fire devil, but also they're burning all of these corpses of like the fake chainsaw men. Like they're lining them all up, and we see them all like part of their body or most of their bodies like cut up. So there was definitely friendly fire because they were told just to fight and they're mindless. But they're burning all of these corpses, and we have this announcement come on. It's like this is like a mass devil outbreak because of course I'm pretty sure it's happening all over the world. Also, if you guys are liking the Chainsaw Man content, want new chapter reviews and more manga reviews, just please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Back to the video. He says like, or I guess the announcement says like, those who have taken the devil extermination exam, please like help with the suppression. And that's like just more world building, I guess, like the devil name examiner or whatever. Like we now have like, I guess we know of the devil like extermination exam that you have to take if you want to be able to fight devils, I guess, like because we know like it's a profession. But we basically see all these people and they're talking about like, why are we burning the bodies? But they're saying like, as long as they have this like blood in them because they've been turned into devils, they can use the Chainsaw Man's power to like pull the tag or like I guess pull the starter on their chest and they can be healed. Like, but of course they need blood, but like you can keep going once you pull that starter because it revs up your engines. And Denji does this a lot, so they're like, we need to get rid of them just fully, so they have to die. And we cut to see the last like page of the chapter, and Denji, Nayuta, Fumiko, and Quanxi are sort of just chilling there, like looking at this fire. And this weird looking old dude just like points at Denji and says, "I know him. He's a Chainsaw Man wannabe too." Like, and end of chapter. We do have a break next week, so again, that's just really sad. But I'm guessing that Denji might get in trouble somehow, but we know that Quan Chi's there and she's probably like a really powerful member of public safety or the pawn of a really powerful member or, something like that. But we know that Denji would probably be protected by Kishibe if he's still in public safety, but he's getting, I guess, like accused of like being the Chainsaw Man or a wannabe Chainsaw Man. So that's interesting. And like, how does this guy know Denji? Like, has he seen Denji like pull his starter and turn into Chainsaw Man? Like, I'm not sure because like that is the real Chainsaw Man if he saw that. So how does he know this stuff? Is he being controlled by somebody else, a different devil or something to like say this? But I guess we'll see in 2 weeks. But I mean, this chapter, it was okay, to be honest. It wasn't really anything amazing in my opinion. Like Quan Chi doing her badass shit, like obviously it's good. But like after we hear about the death devil and like this fire devil and all of this, like I guess like chainsaw men, fake chainsaw men stuff, like it all just ends sort of anticlimactically. But I'm just guessing we're sort of taking a pause from this and like I guess coming back to it because they said like all over the world people are turning into chainsaw men, or they have chainsaw man churches all over the world. So that would mean the Chainsaw Man Church members made the contract with the Fire Devil so they would turn like all around the world. So I'm just guessing this is a worldwide problem. And it's going to be a lot bigger than, I guess, just this chapter. And I'm like predicting we go to Asa after this. And I bet Fujimoto's not going to explain like what this guy is doing and like who he is for a while, because we know like this plot point is probably going to be like, the cliffhanger for when we switch to Asa, because that was a huge cliffhanger too. Her arm getting cut off by Yoshida. Like I still have no idea how she's gonna be able to get out of that unless like Yoru's hand-to-hand skills is insane, because we know Yoshida, he's literally built different. He can fight Quan Chi. Like, I mean, standing like sort of toe-to-toe with her, but like at the end of the day, she like threw him out of a fucking window. So, but I mean, either way, Quan Chi, she's the GOAT. I really do like seeing her in this part. And like, I guess the other weapons hybrid humans, like we saw Katana Man, and I guess like we'll see him again later sometime. I mean, I hope. But like the other hybrids that were working for the Chainsaw Man Church, they're all, like, I don't know if they're dead now, but like Quan Chi sort of fucked them up. So like, I guess we'll see if they switch over to public safety side or if they're gonna like, I guess, stay with Bareem. I'm not 100% sure because like, they sort of like worship Chainsaw Man. At least we know Sugo does and Bareem does. So the whip and spear, maybe they don't like Chainsaw Man as much as like the other guys, but it seems like they all like have this one thing in common, and that's like they love Chainsaw Man or they worship him for, I guess, killing Makima and stopping them from being controlled, of course. But like, I guess we'll see where this goes because there's lots of open plot threads, of course, and part 2 seems like we're in the halfway point, I assume, just because like part 1 was, I think, 99 chapters, and this is already like chapter 47 or 147, so we're almost 50 chapters in, and like that's almost halfway for a Fujimoto manga, I guess, because he doesn't write long manga. Like we see like with Fire Punch and of course Chainsaw Man part 1, he doesn't write long ass stories. I mean, he probably could, but like, it just seems we're sort of halfway through. shit's probably gonna be picking up, I guess, in pace just generally. So we're gonna see in 2 weeks if we actually are gonna get some like action, or are we gonna continue the building up of this plot. So thank you guys for watching if you made it this far. This chapter, at the end of the day, was a W, but like 5 out of 10. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll be making more Chainsaw Man reviews, of course, and JJK if you're interested in that, because I think leaks come out tomorrow, on Thursday or Wednesday, and like the chapter comes out on Thursday or Wednesday, so we'll see. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.